You all got mad at me when I had the Audi S6 and didn't take it for a highway fuel economy test. So, here we are with its little brother, the S4. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Tonight we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2024 Audi S4. In this test, we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour, to get you a realistic fuel economy number for this performance sedan. And before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Yes, maybe not quite as pragmatic as the A4, but the S4 should give us an idea of a car that you can easily drive on a day-to-day basis, do spirited driving with on the weekdays or weekends, and theoretically get over 30 miles per gallon as well. EPA is 29 on the car, but I reckon cruising at highway speeds with its gearing and German engineering, a sedan like this should do well over its EPA number. So if you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. We've got our normal drive review, we've got a dedicated review on the Bang & Olufsen 3D sound system, as well as a members only test on that one. A little bit of an infotainment breakdown, all of that will be linked below. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which, like I said, gives this car 29 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are plenty of people who use their vehicles and go quite a bit faster than that, and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect here in the real world. So in order to test that out, we're going to head over to the gas station here and fill up. We're going to go out and do those 100 miles. We're going to come back and fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method and get a result. Now, a few things to note for today. The outside temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Our climate control is going to be set at 73 degrees auto, and our tire pressures have been set to their door placard, 39 psi front and 36 psi rear. A little bit of an interesting setup there. Now, interestingly, the door placard on this car says 44-45 psi cold, but that seemed a little high to me, and I checked the owner's manual, and sure enough, there's a normal load setting and a maximum load setting. German cars often have that, so... Oh! A little performance car action there. These Autobahn cruisers usually are great for fuel economy. Germans really have that higher speed fuel economy number down pat, so I am really curious what this car is going to do out here on our test. Even though, yes, having an A4 would be a little bit more interesting for the average shopper. 2.477 gallons going in for our first fill. Before we actually start the engine, we're going to reset our GPS and the car's trip computer, and we're ready to begin. We do have a few different drive modes here in the S4. We've got Comfort, Auto, Dynamic, and Individual. We're going to do this test in Auto. Now, the goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy for this car, but rather a realistic figure. So in order to do that, we're going to get up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace and set our cruise control at a GPS-indicated 71 miles per hour. And that should allow us to average about 70 over the whole test. Pleasant blinker sound here in the S4. It looks like the car's speedometer is about 1 or 2 miles per hour high, so we're going to settle in at about 73. The ride seems good. We're only on 19-inch wheels, so that's helping a bit with the impact harshness. We're ready to settle in for a good drive. Alright, I'm going to continue on with this test and catch up with you at the end and evaluate this Bang & Olufsen audio system a bit. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the Audi S4. Regarding fuel economy, pretty much exactly as I expected. The car's given us 31.8 MPG after 93 miles traveled. Admittedly, there's been more traffic on the route than I wanted there to be. I don't like recording these on Thursday nights. Typically Tuesday or Wednesday are the best nights to do them, but I was traveling this week reviewing the new Santa Fe, and so I had to do this on Thursday night. And there's just always more traffic on Thursday nights. So it hasn't been the cleanest run, but we haven't been slowed down too dramatically. Average moving speed of 69 miles per hour. We've been there for a little while now, so I think we're creeping up close to 70. Regarding actual highway comfort, this is a good highway cruiser. I'm not too surprised. Seat, fairly supportive. Not the quietest thing in the world. Even if I close the sunroof here, it's a little bit quieter on kind of a noisy concrete section of highway right now. I was mistaken when I first got in the car. I forgot that Audi hides their active lane keeping on the end of the turn signal stalk, so I enabled that, and it actually works quite well. You just need a little bit of a wiggle in order to wake it up each time to let you know that you're still there. And it's honestly been more, I should say, less annoying and intrusive than the BMW i5 system that we had last week. I'm decently happy with that. What else? Adaptive cruise control is smooth. The Bang & Olufsen sound system is disappointing though. It's too bright and there's no mid-range adjustment, so it's a little bit hard to get it to sound proper. But we're going to get this thing back to the pump, fill it all the way up, and make some calculations based on the fuel that it took. But either way, I'm sure we're going to beat that EPA number. 3.067 gallons going in for our final fill. 100 miles traveled on the dot divided by 3.067 gallons is giving us, okay, 32.6 gallons according to the pump. And what did we have on the car? It came out to 31.8. I am actually going to give this a slight bump down to 32 because it's going to be a little bit closer to the EPA's rating. And like I said, we had a little bit extra traffic. I know there's a little drafting action there. So a safer number is going to be 32 MPG here for the Audi S4. Pretty cool that even with all this horsepower and the stickier tires and everything, you're still getting a respectable number. And we've got a 15.3 gallon fuel tank in here. German cars are usually good for that larger tank. 15.3 times that 32 miles per gallon. It's giving you an effective highway cruising range of over 480 miles here in the Audi S4. Alright, so if you want yourself a little German Autobahn burner for the States, Audi S4, decent option. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the S4, check the link below. Like I said, we've got that sound system test, we've got the full review, all that can be found there. Hopefully we'll get an A4 here at some point. We can replicate this test, and I'm sure that one would be pushing high 30s, maybe even 40. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.